In this video, I'll be comparing the Rainbow Tomato to the Rainbow Dandelion. I've heard that both units are really good, especially for early game, and both of them are pretty rare. They only spawn in the admin abuses. I'm pretty excited to see who will come out on top. But just before that, of course, make sure to subscribe. We're on our way to 75,000 subscribers. It means a lot to me. And let us hop into an endless game. Well, of course, maximum speed and auto skip on. We'll see which unit lasts longer. And first I'm gonna test out the Rainbow Tomato. It's pretty cheap for early game, and it's also pretty reliable. I'm pretty sure that the placement limit for this is 5, but I think that's good enough. I'll just place down the Dandelions and the tomatoes all around this curve over here, just to make it fair, of course. And well, the Rainbow Tomatoes are doing so good so far. And we're speed running every single wave over here, but I still haven't maxed out any single one of them. Perhaps if I max them out, it'll be even crazier. And here comes a 500 HP ladybug. I think we should be able to kill it quickly. And I'm just gonna max out every single one of my tomatoes. And here goes the 4th Rainbow Tomato. I wonder if we can make it to wave 100. I'm not pretty sure, I don't play endless much. All I can tell is that this unit is definitely quite reliable for early game. It has some cheap upgrades and also some decent DPS for its costs. And I'll see if I can place down the 6th. Wait, you can't. I thought they had a placement limit. But anyway, let's place down more then. Well, that means we're just gonna get even further now. Can we place down even more? Oh. The placement limit is 10, I thought it was 5. Here comes the Snail King boss. We dealt with it pretty easily. Here comes the first few chicken jockeys. Hopefully we can handle them in time. And well, we did. The DPS of these Rainbow Tomatoes are really impressive, especially for that price. They also have a pretty fast cooldown, so they're good at dealing with hordes of enemies. I wonder if the Rainbow Dandelion can be this good. And I'm not too sure about the placement limit of the Dandelions. And well, we're certainly gonna league these bunch of chicken jockeys. But still, I guess it is pretty good for a starter unit to make it this far. And well, it's time to test out the Rainbow Dandelion. We made it to wave 28 with the Rainbow Tomatoes. Let's see if the Dandelions can do better. But here is the thing, we don't have enough money to place down one at the start of the game because it costs around $700, but we only have $300, so I guess I'll have to wait it out. And well, we're certainly gonna leak a few enemies. And here goes the Rainbow Dandelion. And instantly it has made a huge impact. The burst damage is really insane. We're just one-shotting most of the enemies, even those with some high HP. Really good crowd control from the Rainbow Dandelion, and we leaked another unit. I guess I'll have to place down another Rainbow Dandelion at the front just to help out the one at the back. Here comes another ladybug and level 3 Rainbow Dandelion. Here we go. Once I get this to max level, I'll perhaps sell the one at the back. We won't need that by then. And the Rainbow Dandelion is doing a really good job. We only placed down one and it is handling all of the enemies at the front. And level 4 Dandelion, we leaked quite a few, but we have another one at the back, of course, just to keep things safe. And the range of the Rainbow Dandelion is certainly insane. It is definitely a better mid-game unit compared to the Rainbow Tomato, but for early game I'd prefer the Rainbow Tomato really. Prices are a bit cheaper, although the DPS is less, but I mean, you won't need that high DPS for early game, won't you? And another max level Rainbow Dandelion, and here comes the snail boss. We should be able to kill it in time, and yes we did. We'll just place down a few more of these Rainbow Dandelions. They do some insane damage, honestly. They're certainly killing enemies way quicker than the Rainbow Tomatoes just now. The DPS shown is literally 5 times higher. But don't forget that we did struggle a bit in early game with the Rainbow Dandelions. They are quite costly to upgrade for an early game unit. And well, we nearly leaked a bunch of snails over there. And again, 10 placement limit, that is pretty good. And here comes some krauts again. And the Dandelion has some decent kraut control, I guess. Another bunch of ladybugs easily handled by the rainbow Dandelions. They have some really insane range again. And they can hit enemies from very far away. That is one advantage over the rainbow tomato. Currently I got like 2 rainbow tomatoes and 2 rainbow Dandelions just from the anime abuse. I don't really trade them. But if any one of you really need them, just let me know. I can borrow you for a little bit. It's not really worth that much, but I've heard that this is just really OP. I guess I'll test these out. And well, the rainbow Dandelions have already made it way further than the rainbow tomatoes, which is some decent news to hear, but it is already expected. Let's see how far the rainbow Dandelion can last, honestly. I think it can make it to wave 50 or so. The burst damage is really helping out. We're just flying through most of the waves, except those with some really fast enemies like this one, but we still managed to survive. And here comes a few snails and we killed them all pretty instantly. And a few chicken jockeys again. Well, that was easy, but the waves are only gonna get harder and harder from now on. And another bunch of chicken jockeys. And to be honest, I think that both of these units are pretty OP. And the developers are really good people to give these for free. These units are gonna help new players a lot. I can imagine using these units to solo hard mode or so, and they can get some early seats. And wave 50 is gonna approach soon, and there will be a boss, I think, and that would be a challenge for the Dandelions. And yes, here comes the Snail King boss and a bunch of ladybugs to disrupt us a little bit. And well, I think we're certainly gonna leak here. Well, that is unfortunate, but this is an early game unit, it still made it pretty far. We're gonna leak this ladybug with 7000 HP left, which is kinda unfortunate, but I guess the rainbow Dandelion won. But still, for early game, I'd really prefer the rainbow tomato. It had some really cheap upgrading prices, and it also costs us only $100 to place.